Okay, we are going to start today's lecture in the speed of reaction. So concentrate yourself. The first thing that we are going to read is the vector of presence of light that affect the speed of the chemical reaction. So we are going to start now. Concentrate yourself. Heat is not the only form of the energy that can speed up reactions. Some chemical reactions take place faster in the presence of the light. So the first thing is heat is not the only factor that actually speed up the reaction. Some reactions speed up in the presence of the light. For example, you have studied in your junior classes that photosynthesis process takes place only in the presence of the sunlight. That is one very common example. So look further now. Examples are here. The formation of the silver from silver salts take place when a photographic film is exposed to light. And second is the world famous example, that is photosynthesis, the reaction by which green plants synthesize sugars takes place in sunlight. So these are two very common examples. These reactions took place only in the presence of the sunlight. Another very dangerous example is here. If a mixture of the hydrogen and chlorine is exposed to bright sunlight, it explodes. No reaction takes place in the dark. In diffuse light, the reaction proceeds slowly. So this is a dangerous kind of the experiment, so you should be careful. Here is a video that I'm going to show you the process of photosynthesis.
To demonstrate that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Requirements:
Here are the requirements.
potted plant, petri dish, boiling tube, alcohol 70%, iodine solution, Bunsen burner, forceps, beaker, water, dropper, black paper. Procedure:
So
take
concentrate.
a healthy potted plant and place it in dark for about 72 hours so that the leaves become free from starch. After 72 hours, select a leaf on the plant and cover a portion of it on both sides with black paper. Keep the potted plant with the covered leaf in sunlight for a few hours. After a few hours, detach the covered leaf from the plant and remove the black papers. Boil the leaf in water for a few minutes. Now boil the leaf in alcohol in a water bath till it becomes dull white due to the removal of chlorophyll. Wash the leaf with water and add iodine solution. Observation: the portion of leaf which was covered does not change color, whereas the portion which was uncovered turns blue-black. Inference and conclusion: the portion of leaf which was not covered received all the factors necessary for photosynthesis. Therefore, that part could only photosynthesize, whereas the one which was covered could not manufacture food. The presence of starch gave the positive test with iodine, that is, turned to blue-black color. Photosynthesis is the process of manufacturing of food by the green parts of the plant, especially the leaves, in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, with the help of carbon dioxide and water.
So this was an example which showed that the presence of light is necessary for photosynthesis process. Okay, the next factor that affect the rate of the chemical reaction is the type of the bonds involved. Most reactions between ions are very fast. So this is a thing that shows that some reactions are very fast due to the presence of the ionic bonds. Example, precipitation reaction, calcium ion and carbonate ion forms calcium carbonate. By contrast, most reactions between molecular compounds are slow due to time taken in breaking and making of the covalent bonds. So it means here we have discussed ionic and covalent bonds. So it means the type of the bond matters. So the type of the bond affect the rate of the chemical reaction. Okay, example is for the bond of the chemical reaction, like esterification reaction in which alcohols react with carboxylic acid to form esters are slow reactions. So here is the reaction. The above reaction, which requires the presence of the sulfuric acid, takes several hours with heating. Okay, example for you is reactants. What you start with a reaction are called reactants, and what is formed in the reaction is called products. Some examples are here. Explain the following observation. Meat can be cooked more quickly by chopping them up into smaller pieces. So when meat is chopping up into smaller pieces, the surface area is increased, due to which the chemical reaction is completed in less time. So look now, smaller pieces of the meat have a larger total surface area, exposing more reacting particles to collision. This speeds up the chemical reaction in the meat and enables it to be cooked more quickly. And other question is here, iron structures near industrialized areas corrode more quickly. So the explanation is industries emit acidic gases like sulfur dioxide into the atmosphere. These gases dissolve in rainwater, forming acid rain. The rainwater has a higher concentration of the acid, so it means concentration matters now. So acid rain has higher concentration of the acid. The higher concentration of the acid allows more collision between the reacting particles to occur, and hence increases the speed of the corrosion of the iron structure. And other question is here, a yeast is used to convert sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. So yeast is actually a catalyst. Yeast contains an enzyme which is biological catalyst that can speed up the fermentation of sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Here is another question. A piece of the magnesium ribbon was added to dilute hydrochloric acid. 60 centimeter cube of hydrogen gas was collected in 30 seconds. Write a balanced equation for the reaction between magnesium and hydrochloric acid. So this is the balanced equation. Calculate the speed of the reaction. So speed of the reaction will be volume over time. So 60 over 30, that will be equal to 2 centimeter cube per second. So this will be the speed of the reaction. Next part is suggest 3 ways to increase the speed of the reaction. So the speed of the reaction can be speed up by using magnesium powder. So magnesium powder will actually increase the surface area, so that's why the speed of the reaction will be increased. Number 2, use an acid of higher concentration. So concentration increased, reaction speed will be increased. And next, heat this acid, so temperature will rise, so the speed of the reaction will rise. So next question is, an experiment was carried out to study the speed of the reaction between limestone and hydrochloric acid. The graph below shows the change in total volume of the carbon dioxide given off with time. So here is the time and here is the volume of the carbon dioxide formed, and here is the graph. Write a balanced equation to show the reaction between limestone and hydrochloric acid. So this is the balanced equation. After time t1, so here is the time t1, the volume of the carbon dioxide collected remained constant. So it remained constant now. Why? The answer is the reaction has stopped because one or more of the reactants has completely reacted. The next part is, at what time is the speed of the reaction fastest? Explain your answer. So the answer is at time t is equal to 0. This is the time at which the speed of the reaction will be fastest, because at that moment the concentration of the acid is at its maximum value. The next part is, why does the gradient of the curve keep changing between T0 and T1? So the answer is, as the reaction proceeds, the concentration of the hydrochloric acid decreases, hence the speed of the reaction also slows down, as shown by the changing gradient. So this was the lecture, students. Read this lecture again, understand it, make your notes. Thank you so much.